Hi guys, this is our lesson 30 anchor text, Get Lost, the Puzzle of Mazes. Here we go. Imagine you're running along a narrow gravel pathway. On either side of you is a 6-foot wall of tangled hedges. Openings along the hedge lead to other long, leafy green hallways. They all look the same. You are caught in a maze. Can you find your way out? Even a compass won't help you. Many of these twisting passageways will never take you to the end. Instead, they lead to dead ends and you have to retrace your steps. This is what makes mazes so much fun and so difficult. And here's a cool picture of a nice big hedge that you would walk down through a maze. What's a labyrinth? Many people confuse mazes with labyrinths. Unlike mazes, many labyrinths have no walls at all. They are simply designs built into a floor or other flat surface. Mazes are multicursal, meaning they have many paths. A labyrinth is unicursal. It has a single path from the beginning to the end. Most labyrinths are less challenging than mazes, but there's one exception you'll read about on page 73. We're only on 66, so hang in there. Hemmed in by hedges. Sorry for the glare, guys. Let's see if I can fix that. Okay. Hedge mazes are one of the most common kinds of mazes. These are often made from the yew, an evergreen tree or shrub. Yews make good maze borders because they grow slowly and keep their shape. Mazes are created in all kinds of designs, from easy to difficult. Some mazes end in their middle, and others you must find your way from one side to another. In 1977, Queen Elizabeth celebrated 25 years as Queen of England. To mark this event, brothers Edward and Lindsay Hayes created the Silver Jubilee Maze. And here is an image of those slow-growing yew trees. And here is the Silver Jubilee Maze. This amazing hedge puzzle, as the brothers call it, has 12 paths to the center and 13 unlucky dead ends. And there's the balcony outside the maze from which you can shout hints to your friends inside, or confuse them even more. So pretty neat. The caption reads, "The Silver Jubilee Maze pathways can hold many people at once, and even wheelchairs. So many people visit that the paths wear down 2 inches a year." Sorry, guys. Okay. Wow. Very cool. Look at how big that is. So there's a person there. And this is one of those tall balconies that you may be able to climb up, and a little bridge type one over there. You can see how tall the hedge is. This little one is on a grown-up's shoulders, and her head is just skimming over the top of it. So it says, the length of mazes can vary too. Some are extremely long. In 1975, for example, Greg Bright created the longest hedge maze in Wiltshire, England. This maze, one of the longest hedge mazes in the world, uses more than 16,000 English yew trees. It takes about 90 minutes to complete. Other mazes are short, and many take very little time to finish. The Longleat hedge maze has almost 2 miles of pathways. A royal puzzle. One of the most unusual hedge mazes is found at Leeds Castle in Kent, England. Made from yew and designed by a maze expert, it was planted in 1988. Part of the maze is cut in the shape of a crown to honor the many queens who have lived in the castle. At the center of the Leeds Castle maze is the entrance to a grotto or cavern filled with sculptures of mythical beasts. So here is the maze at Leeds Castle. Can you see the crown anywhere? It's supposed to be this up here, acting as a crown, and this is kind of the person's face. And here is the grotto that's in the center. So again, this is all very large, and you can actually go inside here, and there are statues inside there, sculptures. If you're lucky enough to find your way to the center, you can climb to the top of a small tower for a view of the entire maze. Then you can take a stone step down into the most unique part of the maze, its grotto. The maze winds through an underground cave that's cold, dark, and narrow. This part of the maze is unicursal, which means it has a single path leading from the beginning to the end. You can't get lost. Can you find the crown in the maze? And here's a better angle of it. So here's the top, and here's the actual circular piece. Here's that tall part they were talking about that you can climb up, and you can also climb down inside. And here is the grotto. Okay, so see how it's like a narrow pathway underground? And it says if you find your way to the center tower, you will have the chance to explore the underground part of the Leeds maze. Here are some people standing on top looking over, so we're kind of looking flat across. And then they can come down here, and it kind of winds around as you saw from the aerial view, and they can go underground to see this. For younger children, Leeds Castle offers the turf maze. No taller than ankle height, this maze also has a surprise at its center. A small wooden castle. Excuse me. Leeds Castle offers something to amaze both the young and the old. Even young children enjoy the maze experience at Leeds Castle. Underground, you will pass a fountain carved in the shape of a mysterious face. Follow the light to the end of the maze. Lost in the cornstalks. There are hedge mazes in the United States, but not as many as in England. Our most common type of maze is made from cornstalks. It's nicknamed a maze because maize, M-A-I-Z-E, is another word for corn. Unlike hedge mazes, which last for years, mazes last for only one season. However, they are fast and easy to grow. Designs are usually cut into the cornfield with tractors when the corn is only a few inches high. Picture designs are especially popular for mazes, and since corn is tallest in the fall, these designs are often related to the season of autumn. Mazes are fun but hot and dusty inside. Be sure to bring water and wear running shoes instead of sandals when you try one. Here's some kids running down the path. Now, not all mazes have autumn themes. In 1993, British maze designer Adrian Fisher created a huge corn maze in the shape of a dinosaur in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Other mazes have featured castles, a map of the United States, an Egyptian pyramid, the Statue of Liberty, a cowboy, a pig, and even a portrait of the actor John Wayne. Corn mazes are created in all kinds of imaginative designs. Can you see the dinosaur there? And that's a large building, like a barn, so you can imagine how big the maze is. And that's all corn stalks like this. A test of skill. Okay, I'll try to hold my camera straight for this. Have you ever tried making your way through a maze on paper? Of course. If so, you place your pencil at start and draw a line all the way through to the end. If you practice solving paper mazes, it might help you find your way through a hedge maze or maze. You may not need to go very far to try. Mazes have become popular tourist attractions, and they're found all over the world. Maybe you'll get a chance to test your maze solving skills outdoors. Good luck. Okay, and real quick down here we have the Labyrinth of the Minotaur. So a story from Greek mythology has made one labyrinth famous the world over. In ancient days, King Minos ruled the island of Crete, where people lived in fear of a beast called the Minotaur. The Minotaur had the head of a bull and the body of a man. Can you see it? Minos kept the Minotaur in a huge labyrinth. Every few years, 14 people were sacrificed to the Minotaur. But Theseus, a brave young man, volunteered to stop this terrible practice by battling the Minotaur. King Minos' daughter, Ariad, I don't know, you guys. Adrian, I don't know, gave Theseus a sword to fight the Minotaur and a ball of string to help him find his way out of the labyrinth. Theseus killed the Minotaur, rescued the people who were meant to be victims, and led them out to freedom. Ariadne, I think. Here's a sculpture. A Minotaur Walking is what the sculpture is called. That's the title of it. It's a bronze sculpture by the artist Michael Ayrton. So this week, as we go through our activities, you will see that I put in the lesson plan a maze every day, as well as a couple websites to look for some fun other mazes for you to complete that are much harder than this one, hopefully. Okay, have a great week. I'll see you tomorrow.